So last time I talked about football, you all quite liked it and I got a great response. So I thought here, I would draw the analogy of building a business and building out all your different skill sets. It's very like thinking about building out a football team and all of the different roles and skills you need within a football team, okay? Now, I'm not the biggest football fan in the world, but I know enough to understand that every team is made up of different roles. You've got your strikers out front, you've got your defenders, your midfielders, you've got the goalie at the back. And if you had a team that was full of fantastic strikers, loads of brilliant strikers, but your defence was rubbish, you're never going to succeed. And I think it's the same within business. You need all these different skills, and then you need them working together. And then most importantly, you need really strong leadership to make sure that it's going to succeed, okay? Now, if I take you back to the early days of me when I first started out in business, right? I'm very much your striker type person. I'm the one that's up front. I'm out there. I'm looking for new deals. I'm the sales, the marketing, the product development. I'm the front woman, right? I'm the one right out there, okay? And I had hired other people like me in the business, and I probably had a good kind of midfield behind me. Very early on in my business, a couple of years in, my husband Simon decided he would join the business as well. And it was a fantastic setup. So few people say to me, oh my word, you work with your husband. How does that work out? But for us, it works really, really well. And Simon has a completely different skill set to me, right? So Simon's very much like the goalkeeper at the back, right? So while I'm up here seeking all these opportunities, he's the one that's at the back. He is the one who is protecting and managing the business. He's the one who's organising the defence, making sure that we don't concede any goals, okay? And having those two roles really, really strongly in the business is just absolutely a winning formula. Another way that people tend to term it is if you think about like a farmer. So Simon is like a farmer. He's the one tending to the crops, sorting everything out, okay? I'm the hunter. I'm the one going out there kind of finding the food. And when you work those two roles together in a business, it really is building that business for success. You know, I see a lot of the same things with businesses that come into the den and businesses that I've invested in. They'll either be a fantastic hunter or a brilliant farmer. And if I'm being really honest, I tend to gravitate to people who are more like me. So I'm really good at kind of connecting with businesses where you've got the person out front who's like me, who's the one great and going out and doing the hunting. And a lot of problems I see in a lot of businesses is they don't have a Simon. You know, whereas me and Simon, we were a husband and wife team running the business together, and that was really successful. They don't. It's just them, and they're trying to do everything. And I hope that kind of resonates with a lot of people. Now, what I would say is what I personally really, really struggled with is this is my baby, okay? Especially in those early days when we're at a couple of million turnover, really high growth period. This was my baby. And I knew it would never, ever mean as much to anyone else as it did to me. So how could I ever trust anybody else with running the business? I couldn't, because they weren't me. They wouldn't care as much as I would. And for me, having Simon come in, it was the next best thing, because he cared about me. And therefore, by comparison, in the same way he cared about the business, that continued to the business. And the business became something that we did as a family. And we made successful as a family for our future family. A lot of entrepreneurs really struggle with that. You know, they are still the one trying to do everything. And being a jack of all trades is brilliant. And it's absolutely necessary when there's just you in the business. You know, for a couple of years, it was just me and a few admin staff within the business. So I had to be a jack of all trades. But then the problem is, I knew I was a master of a few, but not master of the others. This is when the football team analogy comes in. This is, yes, I could play reasonably well in each position on the field, okay? Enough to maybe be a third division team. But I was a good enough striker that I could have played Premier League in any team. I couldn't have played those other roles in Premier League in another team. So those are the roles that I had to fill. And I think having me and Simon working together as the two kind of strong roles, we were then able to fill up the rest of the team where we saw we had gaps in those skills. So anyone who is building a business out, I urge you to really double down on what type of role am I in and where do I really succeed? And therefore, how can I put some other strong people in the business as we build up? And I know early days for a lot of businesses, they don't have that. But as we build up, how do I fill those other roles with other people that are just as strong? Because all the time, and you'll have seen me talk about this in other videos, when you play to your strengths, that is how you really build a world-class team that is going to go out and succeed. So just to remember some big take-homes from this one. Know your strengths, know your role, and work out how you are playing to it. Okay? Make sure you've got the whole football team covered. And it's not just about, have we got sales, have we got marketing? It's really different buckets that you've got within the business and making sure you've got all of those major buckets covered. Okay? And then the most important thing, who is the captain on the field? Who's the leader? And how is that leadership role playing out? How are you drawing everyone together? Because that is the role as an entrepreneur you need to play. Irrespective of where you play on the team, you're the captain, you're the leader, you need to play